So I have to make a plea right now. Miss Reba, I have two wonderful grandmas, and I also have an adopted grandma back home in California. But I have yet to have an adopted music grandma. Would you consider, you know? Stronger Than the Truth is the newest album released by Reba McEntire. If you didn't know this already, we're like in the 30s of the number of albums that she's produced and released. It's a lot. And she's just worked her tail off to keep bringing us music. She still has stories to share. She has experiences. She has things that she'd like to, share with us. And by golly, some strong stories we get right here. Some that I would not have wished upon her. But can we take some really good life lessons from this album? Very much so. So let's start talking about it. A good center for this album is that Reba experienced some, how do I put this mildly, marital problems. And so she's actually pretty optimistic, and she's, a joyous person. I look up to her kind of attitude a lot whenever I listen to just country music in general. She just stands out to me so much. There's something about her music that I just appreciate a lot because she doesn't have to glamour it up very much. A lot of these songs, I feel like you could go to any family-friendly saloon, I suppose, if you can try to envision that kind of setting and feel like she would just be on stage happily being like, I guess I'll perform a song for y'all here. And I'm just like, yay, I'm so happy. Just kind of gets that kind of vibe. It feels like she knows exactly what kind of sound she wants. She records the instrumentation and the arrangements and production the way she wants it. She can make it very simplified. She can add a couple things every once in a while that sound like, okay, it requires a couple more musicians. And let's, make this happen. So I like the variety that I get in this album and just with, her style in general. Some of that saloon style music we're getting is Swing All Night Long With You, just kind of that fun kind of like Western kind of fun lands that I can just envision myself having been in when I was younger. The self-titled song, Stronger Than the Truth, that has some pretty powerful words. Stronger than the truth. The way that I see it in this album is Reba is just kind of honest with herself. She is trying to make an honest kind of example out of it for those of us who are listening to this album, but she's definitely trying to keep herself level-headed, and she's not trying to throw a pity party at all. She knows that whatever downs you experience in life, you should take them. It's not that they're fun, but take them and then do what you can to make the most of it with your life. If you're looking for a song with a great story to it, and that's really hard to get with at least mainstream music. If you're looking for a song with a good story to it, definitely look up, I gotta read it, Cactus in a Coffee Can. Really soft percussion, adding to a story that I imagine is a real experience, and just kind of, it feels like at the beginning it's kind of an awkward, or is this a real story? It doesn't sound like a traditional kind of real story that I would hear, but listening to it is so heartwarming. Reba, thank you. Thank you for making that song. It could take a lot from it, and I'm sure those of you who decide to give that a listen as well will enjoy it as much as I did. No shortage of songs here that could just, share a message here or on that direction or on this side or about this subject. Things just kind of switch all around. The Clown, really enjoyable. Your Heart has excellent guitar in it. Freedom, the instruments rock in this song. Plenty to enjoy in this album. So obviously, I think I'm making my point that I am trying to recommend this album. So, Reba, thank you for continuing to make music. You really don't owe us or the world anything else. You really don't. But thank you for continuing to make this. I appreciate it a lot on a personal level. So after having listened and reviewed this album, with production of 96%, creativity 88%, expression and lyrics 94%, I'm going to give this album a yeah. Just one more time, Reba, if you do happen to, for some reason, get to see this video, I'm open for adopted grandson mentorship, especially since country is still a genre that I am trying to familiarize myself with slightly more. I've never disliked it, but I would love to learn more about it because the older I get, the more I feel like I relate to this genre a little bit more. But, reviewing albums in general has expanded my mind in a lot of other things, and so I'm really happy that I've been doing this. So, just wanted to say thank you in general, and hopefully I can maybe give you a hug someday. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and remember, if you want to discover, promote, and review the best in entertainment, remember to subscribe and follow all the social media for this channel so you can get that yes in your life. See you next time.